Blinded by the fight.
Oh.
No.
Wrapped up like a sieve.
All right, we'll see you.
Some poor taste.
Incredibly poor taste.
I don't like it. To borrow a phrase from one of my good friends. I don't like it.
Well,
This kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm skipping the banter with that, but I wanted to open.
I
with
wanted
that.
to get that
but
dig
like, I also
in.
kind of want to get like into it. So, what's the shortest book you've ever read?
What counts as a book?
Yeah, how long does that have to be
Right,
to become a book?
I mean,
Talking about a book or like a novella? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say novella.
16 pages.
Okay. I was looking for titles of books, but page count works
How
too.
long?
You're technically accurate in your answer.
Which is, of course, the best kind of correct.
I don't know. I mean, I've read a lot of short stories and stuff for, being an English major and all that, but trying to think of like actual novellas, like Of Mice and Men is the one that springs
There you
to
go.
mind.
It's pretty short.
Yeah.
It's pretty short.
Mice and Men.
I read that in
Y'all are
one
talking
sitting.
about real
as well.
books. Uh-oh.
Right.
I think
It's like I read the user manual for my stereo.
I was
I'll tell you, like
thinking
Scarlet
smut.
Letter back in school, or something like
That's
that.
not really.
Does
that
a short story count?
No,
Okay, I mean,
Oh, he was
Unless
so
it's-
Flowers for Algernon? No. Okay.
unless it's bound by itself. Like I'm thinking of. Can't be a collection of short stories. It has to be cover to
I-
cover.
A
Can't be like
Rose for
Aesop's
Emily
Fables.
by
No.
Faulkner.
Oh yeah, I've
That's
read
pretty
that
short.
one too.
It's pretty
I
short
don't-
and it's by itself.
So I recently, I actually started off the new year. Finally, I'd never read any H.P. Lovecraft, and I went on a kick, and I read several H.P. Lovecraft stories, and a couple of them are like novella linked, but it was like audiobook, so I don't know exactly how long they are in terms of page count. But I did like The Shadow over Innsmouth is probably novella length. Yeah.
I think the shortest one I've ever read is The Crying of Lot 49.
What's
Yeah,
that?
I read that
short.
one.
I've not
It's a
read that one.
1966 novella by Thomas Pynchon.
Okay.
Pynchon.
Yeah.
Pynchon.
Yeah.
It's like a postmodern. It's a postmodern novella.
Yeah.
Look, I took a whole class on postmodern lit, dude. I took a whole semester of postmodern.
It's one that I actually really like.
No,
Yeah.
I read it and enjoyed it. I don't think I fully got it, but now
Well, that's postmodernism.
right. Well, but now it's funny because I'm reading a book I'm almost finished with right now about literary analysis, and there's a whole chapter on that book. And fortunately, I had already read that book, and it's cool because it gave me a whole new perspective on it that using the tools of literary analysis and symbolism, it very much is you wouldn't think it, but it's a classic quest tale, it uses the classical elements of a quest. It just flips them all on its head,
I mean, the main character's name is Oedipa. I mean, it's definitely a shout out to the Greek journey, hero journeys or whatever,
Yeah.
tragedies. Yeah.
Y'all are so much fancier than me.
because
We're
all
just
you read
nerds.
smut.
It's not all I read. It just happens to be the vast majority of all I read.
Yep. All you read smut. You watch a lot of movies though.
You watch
Yeah.
a shitload of movies.
I do watch a good bit of it. I'm going to watch Fargo Saturday.
For the first time?
Yeah.
I've never actually seen that.
Oh, that's a great
If
one.
it makes
So
you feel
good.
any better, Emily, you have seen a lot more movies than I have now.
I think
it's
I've seen a good bit.
like your film knowledge is so much greater than mine is.
Dear Diary.
Easily.
Fucking did it.
You did it.
You did it.
Okay. Short banter achieved. So, blinded by the fight.
God, you can't.
Got in with the C word under 5 minutes. We're going to have a good one, y'all.
Yeah. It's a tough situation. I try to prep you guys for this, and I think sometimes you take me seriously, sometimes you don't. Every single fight's gonna be fucky. This is level 20.
Yeah.
They all have crazy abilities just like you do, and so you're in a situation now where 2 of your party has had their eyes melted from their face. And we had some discussion between episodes about the severity of that. So I'd like to bring that to your ears now as listeners and give you a little insight on the problem at hand. Who wants to lay out the basics of the situation here?
So I'll start.
Okay.
We're talking about eyes, okay? And the immediate thought was, it's cool we have regeneration serums. But I didn't read through fully, and it takes 24 hours for that regeneration serum to take effect. We do not have 24 hours. So we're in a bit of a pickle.
Hours.
Yeah. Well,
If
aside
we're
from
lucky.
that, even if we did have 24 hours, each person using the serum has to use a day's worth of food every hour for that 24 hours, or it resets. We're talking about 48 days worth of food in a day, which we certainly do not have on us.
No.
No.
It's a lot of whale polyps.
It's a lot of whale
I mean, that
polyps.
is an 18-wheeler of whale polyps.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And who knows what kind of eyes you'd generate on strictly whale polyps.
Yeah, probably not the highest tier.
So you got that problem. And you also have a lesser problem with Kuiper's
Intelligence.
Yeah, ability damage,
Intelligence
right.
damage.
Yeah.
Now, I can take care of that. That's no problem. Actually, I can cast Restoration on
Okay.
Kuiper, so that's no problem. I can cast not lesser restoration, but just actual restoration on Kuiper, and that will remove all temporary ability damage.
So let's go ahead and knock that out mechanically. I do, like, once we've kind of talked this all out ahead of time, want to get in character about, because this is pretty significant. You had your eyes melted out of your face. But let's go ahead and clean up the intelligence damage just so we can take that off of our proverbial plate.
Okay, no problem. All that cost is a cast of restoration for me. So there's
All right,
there's
boom.
your level 4 spell slot. We'll see you. And I mean, do you want me to like? I would think in the immediate aftermath. Okay, so here's my thought process.
Okay.
The eyes, Kuiper loses his eyes, and would obviously with our telepathic bond, he would be, we would all be aware of this thing. Ziva's mind would immediately go, I've got restoration serums, right? Like telepathically to the group. And to me, that would be the impetus for everybody to keep pushing. Like, fuck, like Orin has given us fucking Daredevil cosmic weave vision here, right? Like telepathically, but we just need to get through this fucking fight, and then we can restore our eyes with these serums, right? I think that would prevent the group from, or the guys here from, like, panicking much worse.
Yeah.
I would imagine. That's just my thought on that. To make it make sense,
Right.
So immediately in the aftermath, Orin's thinking about, okay, let me just take care of Kuiper's mind here, because this is his intelligent. Let me fix his mind. So Orin would just immediately go over to. I mean, he's right next to Kuiper actually. Yeah. And would just turn and say, "Hang on, man, hang on," and channel some healing in to undo that damage.
Yeah.
Right.
And
so we can certainly get that out of the way.
Yeah. And Kuiper definitely, like, puts a hand on, it reaches out through the darkness to find Orin's shoulder, and just kind of like, he's really, I mean, like, he doesn't need it for, like, keeping stable or anything, but more so to have an anchor. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like, because he's trained his mind for this, but this is something altogether different whenever you're actually willingly doing it versus actually being completely taken away from you. Right. And so
in such a like graphic and gory way.
It is, absolutely. And that's something that's going to be just the sheer pain of it is something that's going to be seared into the brain of Kuiper for the rest of his life. And having it forcibly taken away from him. He's never had something like this taken away from that he knows of. Hint, hint, memory, way back when. But, so, how this basically looks is that, he kind of like, he studies his breathing, and he's going through in his mind of like ways to calm himself down. Like, okay, what are 5 things that you can that you can touch? You know, what are 4 things that you can smell? You know, is that kind of thing. Just kind of going down the list. And
to make sure his faculties are right.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I mean, this is a pretty crazy series of things that just happened, right? You know, you lose your eyes and then take, you know, several points of intelligence damage, which is just like, I mean, it really, you know, dumbing you down, like preventing you from, you know, those synapses
like
from
this
making
mind
connections,
fog. There's
right?
the delay, you know. And you can definitely see a wave of relief on Kuiper's face, because you know that's the ability damage is something that was going to linger, and that was
it's also your key ability score too.
Exactly. You know, so it's a huge thing meta wise, absolutely. But you know, so for him to actually have that, he's just kind of like, and he kind of grips Oren's shoulder.
You're a good friend. I was very worried there. Thank you, Oren, but we're not out of the woods yet.
No, it's gonna be okay, man. The Cap's got some serums of some kind. It's gonna be fine. Just take them.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear. Val, you hear that, right?
Nah, so...
Well, yeah, I want to kind of go back to what Val's doing as the two of you are having...
Absolutely.
As I'm trying to get him involved here. So
don't segue to me, though. Like, these are happening simultaneously.
Right. This isn't in a response to you guys. This is like his...
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah, and I think, you know, Val, while a very composed person generally, like, this is something he's completely unprepared for, and also just mechanically has a lower intelligence than you do, you know. But I think this really shakes and frightens Val to the point of panic, like he probably hasn't had since, you know, getting captured by and put in the simulations. And it's like, you know, like overwhelming fear and anxiety and pain. And he's also floating above the ground, like flying. He has no sense of like what is around him and what direction to go. I mean, he's like, you know, 5 or 10 feet above the ground, you know? And so I think he just kind of like not lashes out, but like projects mentally like to everybody. And he grips his, like, first and foremost, as soon as, you know, the combat winds down and it all, you know, hits him, he takes his staff and kind of like clutches it to himself, almost childlike, but is just kind of yelling out mentally, and it's like, "Oh, Televit, oh Hayden, Captain, Ziva, Oren, what? I don't know what to do."
I mean, like, we hear this happening, right?
Yeah, Ziva, you're you know, working with Kuiper already. Ziva would walk over and like get Val and take him by the hands and say, come over here. We will get out of the swamp. We will take care of you. Everything's going to be all right. And she's trying not to freak out and trying not to broadcast too loudly that when she looked back at the regeneration serums, it takes too long.
Yeah, and
you read
and
the
Val,
fine print.
Yeah.
like just having anyone to grab onto, kind of like, you know, clings to you and is like, "What? How do we? It hurts and I can't see. And what? We can fix this, right? We can do. You got to do something."
Of course, yes. You're part of this team. We are going to fix you up. We're going to get you and Kuiper all set. Isn't that right, Oren? And she looks at you and like you can see she's just like, because it's bad enough having heard them when like their eyes started to fucking disintegrate. But seeing his face, like you can only see his eyes. Like he's got this mask on.
And just the holes where his eyes were, and probably running down his face. It's
like
probably terrifying.
The way I envisioned it is like melted out and then like he turned into like skin or whatever. It just like
scabbed over almost.
Because it's a mutation,
Yeah.
it like mutated you into a creature that doesn't have eyes. And so you put your these like eye sockets, like it melted your eyes and reconfigured it into just like tough,
like reconnected all that tissue.
Cartilage.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I think Fel seeing both Kuiper and Val in this state is at a complete loss for words. He doesn't know what to say or how to comfort this. And after hearing Ziva look at Orin and plead, Fel looks at Orin and quietly, like private telepathically, man, this, I know you don't use magic, but I don't know how, is this, what, how do we go on, man? They can't fucking see.
No, it's gonna be fine. The serums are fine.
But you know, he's caught between like Ziva giving this look that's a very pregnant look, and Fel going like, well, what do we do? And in Orin's mind, the serums are gonna be fine. I think that's so. He's like, Fel, hang on, and he looks at Ziva, and like obviously we all have private telepathic lines or group. We've got the DMs and we got the group chat. It's not a big deal. So
like
he DMs Ziva and he's like,
Cap, what's wrong?
The serums, they take too long. They take 24 hours. We don't have that long. I don't have anything else that can fix this. I've looked. This serum, it takes too long. This hypopin doesn't do anything. And she's kind of like, you're getting rambles telepathically, which is like...
Right. She's not forming full thought. It's stream of consciousness or whatever, Yeah. And she just kind of realizes that she's sort of rambling. And she looks to both Kuiper and Val, and she's just shaking her head and looks at you, and she says, I don't know. She says out loud, like in a whisper, like, I don't know what to do here, Orin.
So, Kuiper, I feel like we would kind of notice that pregnant pause there. Like, well, how come this hasn't been administered yet at this point? I mean, like, while they're off doing their thing real quick.
Oh, it's just silence or whatever.
There's just silence real quick, but nothing is coming up here because it's not because it's a private line of telepathy. So something's going on, and I feel like Kuiper being a former detective at one point or bounty. I mean, he kind of would pick up like, speak plainly. What is wrong?
Weird. And Ziva for a second contemplates putting on the political face and trying to spin it.
Yeah.
And then she says, the serums that I have, they will take far too long to regrow your eyes. They'll take 24 hours and an amount of food and water we currently just do not possess. I am trying to work out with Orin if there are any other options. Don't worry. Whatever it is, however we must do it, we will fix this. We will fix this.
There has to be something. It's not just... I mean, I'm scared. But it's not just about that. We have to save Absalom Station. We have to save the Pact Worlds. I know. Just give me a second. Just give me a second to think. And she starts kind of like beep up through her, data pad. At this point, just kind of nervous, scrambling for anything. I mean, she's at this point going through all the computations.
Orin will put a hand on Ziva's arm and be like, Cap,
I don't have a solution to this problem.
Yeah, and I think Val, not really being as familiar with the mental connection that y'all have, like, you just hear kind of faintly from him, just, Televit, wait until, like, focusing so heavily, like, praying fervently to his dual deities, you know.
So Kuiper kind of reaches out for where Val is and finds one of his arms. He says, "This is where our story ends." And then he kind of like looks around, if you could use the phrase, and like, is there any way that perhaps Zeno and Etram could fill in the spots? Because as we are right now, and in his mind, and this would be telepathized, or however you pronounce that, where he would be kind of like quietly in the back reaches of his mind, like pouring through the 5 tenets from his time whenever he was training, but it doesn't provide it doesn't provide any solutions for being immediately blinded.
Yeah.
It has no solutions for that. So he's going back to his, to his teachings, trying to figure out like what solution there is, and there is none. So that's why he's saying, is there Zeno? Is there Etram?
And Orin would stop him too and be like, "No, Kuiper. When I spoke to him, they can't get the tracer anywhere near here."
And you kind of like see like almost a visible blow, because 2 people are down at this point. You can't expect them to be able to fend. I mean, like they can protect themselves, but going through this in the urgent manner that we have been is going to be slowed down. I mean, just to be, rough about it.
Yeah. I mean, like all of this is going through Orin's head, and he is still under the effects of Calm the Storm. He's still feeling like his mind is clear. He's going through those motions just like you are, Kuiper. He's like he's crossing off every possible box. He's like, I can't do it. But just give me a second. And Orin will astrally project. He's got to get out, right? He wants to get closer to his deity. I'm pretty sure
so you're using your usage of what should we call it?
I don't know. I don't wanna. I mean, like, I can do this without it. Like, I don't need that at all. I'm trying to make the shit flavorful. But if you're gonna flavor tax me, dog, then absolutely not. I'm not gonna use it.
I mean, you can.
I'm not taking the flavor tax. I'm not taking the flavor tax, man. I'm not doing it.
Flavor tax.
Yeah. No, bro. I've already done it. So instead of that, Orin will focus inward in the room. Right. Everyone just sees him. He close his eyes. He starts passively like radiating with just a little bit of starlight. I'll take the 1 minute starlight form tax if you want me to do that. If that flavor if that's gonna upset you, I'll take that. Okay, I got 20 of them. Not a big deal. But anyway, he goes inward and he speaks directly to Ibra, who he is, essentially one with at this point. And he just says, "Boss, I'm in a tight spot. You're not telling me anything about what it is that you want me to do. You're gonna send me all the way up here to this God's forsaken fucking ship and not even tell me what the goal is? That's fine. I understand. I trust in you. Completely. You've carried me this far. But my guys don't have their eyes anymore, boss. I can't do this without them. I really need your help here." And he casts Miracle, which I'm able to do once per week.
Wow.
Now we could go through all the fucking, but we all know what miracle is.
It's a miracle.
Well,
There are actual
There are specifics
limitations,
to it.
but like it's also
GM fiat.
there is the provision for GM fiat in it. So here's what I'll tell you. As you're saying all that, the only thing that you hear in response is the Song of the Cosmos. It seems to swell when you are going on about not knowing your purpose here. It's like the pace, the tempo becomes urgent, and it's a more like pleading tone of the song than you've ever heard before. And then when you ask about the eyes, the whole thing like slows down and becomes calm and peaceful, and you get this emotion of gratitude wash over you. And as that happens, both Val and Kuiper, your eyes open, like the skin that had like melted and grown over your eye sockets kind of rips, pulls back, and you guys watch in kind of horrific but thankful fashion as eyes like grow from like cells into full grown eyes.
It's like they started as like Deadpool eyes.
Oh,
Yeah, sure, yeah.
gross.
Little shrivelly, like
Dried up
they start out
raisins.
as raisins.
Yeah.
You thought we were done with the body horror after
Nope.
season 2.
We got you. We got you.
We're back, baby.
Tricky, right here at the end.
One thing I want to say is that the irises of all four eyes are like a deep indigo. Yeah.
Okay. Upgrade. In my opinion.
Not an upgrade. I mean, maybe cosmetically, but yeah.
Usually, Kasatha don't have irises. They just have like black eyes.
Yeah,
don't they?
black eyes.
Well,
like
now you got
So you
purple
got
eyes.
like
Purple.
what is it called? Like a
Sclera?
limbal ring? A limbal
Yeah.
ring? Is that what they're
A
called?
liminal, right?
No.
Limble.
Limbal ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta look that up now.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
Googling it.
So if you don't have them, then surely you have to have. You're marked, brother. That's all just what it is.
I mean, I wasn't trying to get out of anything. I'm just
No,
trying to be
no.
lore accurate. You know?
Yeah. No, truly. But I like the idea of a limbal ring.
Yeah, that okay, yeah.
I mean, I'm
Kuiper has
Well,
cat
not
eyes.
sure
but-
what that
I got
is.
cat eyes.
It's
They're still
a
cat
small
eyes, right?
border. It's a small border around the edge of your
Hey,
eye.
Heath. All Ra and 14 have limbal rings on their eyes. Do you remember? Do you know that? I mean, you've seen the rings?
Look,
I mean,
look,
I've
don't
seen all
overthink
right.
this.
Don't overthink it.
You have black eyes with a purple ring around
Yeah.
the eye.
Yeah.
What
That's
about
it.
mine?
That's what you get.
Mine are
Same.
like purple cat eyes.
You bet.
No, they're not.
Okay, okay.
They're also black shears with a purple.
Oh, okay. Limble ring. Gotcha. Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
All black and purple, y'all.
Like this is a forever change in your physiology. You know what I mean? Like
Gotcha. Interesting.
you got Ibra eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what.
He's got
Yeah.
Ibra eyes.
Look at you tying it back to the opening banter. Songs about eyes.
Did it.
Yours is better.
Thank you. I like that. Thanks. Okay. Well,
I'll take your wins where you get them.
you know, we got our miracle. You know,
We
Yeah,
got our
and-
miracle.
And
Official.
I mean, I think Val, because I did. Well, I guess let me ask. Well, that was a private conversation with Ibra, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So Val, I mean, obviously very grateful. Like it's a miracle kind of thing, but he, not knowing really what happened, like drops, to his knees and just, is again fervently praying, like, oh, thank you, Teledit, thank you, Waden, whoever, thank you. And is like out of his new limbo ringed eyes, like, I mean, tears are streaming out. Like he thought he was, his career as a martial artist, you know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't have, I mean, he has limited magic, but like his whole life is physical and is dependent on being able to see and being dexterous and quick, quick to react to things. And I mean, he just kind of breaks down in grateful prayer, you know, for a, you know, like a minute or whatever before looking up at you guys. It's like, how did, I mean, I don't mean to look a gift horse in the mouth, but what happened?
I think Orin's still like probably like coming out of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And with this like deep sense of gratitude that he's feeling, tears are also like streaming down his cheeks at this point. He doesn't even really know it, you know, or understand it. But he opens his eyes and he looks around at the party, and I mean, like, he hears Val talking. He hasn't heard anything from Kuiper. He's like,
right,
what happened? What happened?
So it hasn't really dawned on Kuiper yet until like he actually like tries to open his eyes, and he's in the eyelids peel back, and like the light like is sent into the eyes, and he's kind of almost blinded again, just, you know, just trying to say, what happened? Orin, what did you do? What happened?
I asked for help.
And he looks into Kuiper's eyes, and he looks into Val's eyes, and he just laughs. You know, he's like,
okay.
And just very quizzical look.
And he just and he kind of like chokes back, you know, a heavy emotion. He's like,
let's press on.
Yeah, Val is just stunned.
Yeah, just dumbstruck.
Like,
I think we're
still
both just
sitting
dumbstruck.
like on his knees. Like, I mean, he's got his mask on, but you'd be able to tell, like, if he has a normal humanish mouth, which he certainly doesn't, it would be jaw on the floor kind of thing. Like, stunned, grateful. I mean, a miracle just happened to him.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
he thought his life as he knew it was over, and not only that. And I don't mean to over dramatize, but really, like, once he got through the initial panic, it's like, who's gonna save the goddamn galaxy?
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
That was more of the issue, because like you could go back and get augmented eyes.
Right.
It's like 24 hours later.
We have to do this right now, or we lose our entire society. We lose our homes. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
So with all of this happening,
Yeah,
after Phil has realized, and his mental plea to Orin, he just looks at both of them completely dumbfounded.
That brown dog with the slight overbite.
Just the and then just almost tackles Orin with an embrace, with a hug, while saying out loud, "I don't know what the fuck you did, with who you asked, but."
Ibra, man, come on.
I mean, of course, I
I
know.
Keep up. Yeah, really.
But it's still, this is just okay. All right.
I'm just as grateful as you are.
And Phil is just like squeezing the hell
Chief.
out of him. Yeah, but it was through you. I mean, not you didn't do it. Whatever. Thank you. And then he just looks at Kuiper, looks at Val.
Mm-hmm.
Purple.
Still hasn't dawned on them yet, and so he. So
Orin didn't say anything. He just laughed.
Exactly. Nobody said anything about this. So
Ziva pulls out a compact. Hit a mirror.
Okay, yeah. It's like, oh, that's very peculiar. And he goes and looks directly over at Val.
To be honest.
And he looks over to Val, who's like, you know, thanking Talavet and whatnot, and kind of like offers a hand to help him get back off the floor, you know.
You say thank you, Talavet?
He was saying thank you. Well, he was.
Yeah.
Val was saying thank you,
Because he doesn't know. Like,
Val, your eyes are gone.
No.
and so he
was a jealous deity.
We knew inscrutable, but we didn't realize asshole. Okay.
Fuck me for playing my character accurately.
No, I
Yeah, so Kuiper extends a hand off to him, and
on your feet, soldier.
Yeah, I mean, he looks up at the hand, and then and still just like kind of grappling with all this. He's like on his knees, and he looks up at you and kind of like looks up, almost to the heavens, wherever they would be oriented from here, and then kind of does think like a downward dog, just like or like a Muslim prayer kind of thing, like puts his head to the floor, and you can tell he's praying to his deities and maybe he's grasped some of the Ibra stuff as well, but very solemn, kind of holy, takes a second, and then lifts his head back up and like takes your hand and you hoist him up, I imagine.
Yeah.
And he realizes in his two left arms he's been like so tightly clutching his staff like this whole time. He finally like lets it kind of relax, and then holding, I like to imagine like one of his hands like Spartan handshake style with Kuiper.
Yeah, absolutely.
And still holding that, and really just trying to like you said earlier, like just having an anchor to reality, because this seems very unreal. It's miraculous.
Right. Yeah,
and like still holding your hand, kind of glances over to Oren and says, "Thank you, God, for me, I suppose."
Hey, man. Looks like you're gonna have to add another name to that prayer list.
I've got a lot to consider.
Oh.
Once we get out of here, I'll give you
I'll get you some
a quick
pamphlets.
rundown. Yeah, I'll get you a track or something.
Track,
Yeah.
I'll get you $100 bill that when it folds out, just gives you some scripture. You know what I'm saying? Instead, in lieu of a tip, that's what I'll give you.
Yeah.
Here's a tip. Jesus loves you.
I always thought better of Oren, but now
Really shifting my opinion right here at the last second.
But
no, I mean, but he does say that, like that wasn't me. I just made the ask.
Thank you, either way. And
Thank you, Oren.
Inscrutable lady.
Well, this has taken quite a lot of time, so if you want to spend a resolve point for a stem and a short rest, you're welcome to do that.
I reckon.
You thought I was going to be mean for a second.
I didn't know where you were going.
Did.
Like, piss off.
It's like, come on.
It's kind of a big deal.
and so he
It
looks
was,
at Val.
it was a little column A, a little column B. I'm not going to lie. But, Also, truly, if you want to take a short rest, you definitely can.
Ben done did.
Yes.
Could we do... So I have that thing where I can, like, I'll take a short rest, but if I take another 10 minutes, I can get resolve back. Has it been that long?
I mean, you can take as long as you want, but you know that
We
you
are on a
have
clock.
pretty tight clock. You got 2 hours to do the whole deal.
How much resolve are you down?
3, but I mean, I can just, it'll give me a resolve back. It's just spend 10 minutes to get more resolve. But
it takes 2 spins of 10 minutes, right?
Yeah. Well, because we're taking 10 minutes either way, but
Right.
The purple looks good on
you got
you,
2
Val.
hours, so if it's up to you. I'm just making sure you have all the information.
yeah, I mean that's what do you guys think? Because like if I'm fine foregoing it, but any resolve, I have a lot of resolve spenders.
Yeah,
and
that's
by the
my-
time we get to the boss fight, I would love to not be out of resolve.
I'm gonna say take it because I'd rather you have it and not need it. Because I don't know that 10 minutes is gonna make the difference. If it were an hour, I'd
that
be
one
concerned.
resolve fucking might,
Right.
in the end of things.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and that, you know, that kind of ties into the whole sort of religious thing. Like we take some minute regrouping and getting our stamina back up, and you know, he's grappling with a lot right now, and kind of, you know, goes off in a corner or somewhere by himself and just like has to, you know, kind of meditate and get his head back in the game, because we still have to save the freaking galaxy.
Do you guys remember what your immediate thing that you're trying to do right now is?
Get to the core. No.
Get to the core, but we
gotta get the codes first. We want to shut the AI out first. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. The AI is the big thing you gotta do, right? But in order to do that, you have to get the reset code.
Okay.
But you also need the 4 keys.
Yeah.
The translocation keys.
Right? We need some MacGuffin chasing.
Yeah. Right.
In the final dungeon. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if anything, Orin, it would just say finally as we're getting ready to go, you know,
I can't ask for favors like that all the time. So, let's make it worthwhile. Get this done.
And Kuiper puts a hand on his back and says, "Don't worry, I'm going to try not to get blinded again."
Yeah. Well, and Val is like, if anyone else is getting their eyeballs melted out of their fucking heads, it's not gonna be us. And he cocks his own mutation pistol. Or mutation gun, excuse me.
Rifle. It's a 2-hander.
Yeah.
Alright, so I mean,
out of curiosity,
that was this room?
Yeah,
was there anything to loot?
We don't even really need to go in here. I mean,
there's a what looks to be like a control panel.
Because this is like a hollow deck, right?
Yeah, it is.
So this was not even... Oh my.
Not even necessary.
So we're still operating by theater of the mind here, Adam.
That's clear in the dungeon, you know?
Why?
Because we're still blind.
We're still blinded, Foundry.
Oh, yeah, they haven't been updated.
I took it off.
Refresher pages, maybe?
Yeah, I guess that's what you're going to need to do, because I did take it off here.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. All right.
All right. So, unfortunately, there's no
loot at all. This was just to fuck us up.
A little bit.
Have their guns, but yes.
They're all expended, right?
Man.
Yeah, they're all expended.
The mutation
good job,
guns.
Adam. You did your job.
Should have just closed that damn door.
Should have.
That was always an option.
Well, but to be fair, then we don't know if they could have come up behind us when we get to somewhere else. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're coming right
it's
for
like
us.
Just knowing that was just some option. I'm like, my motivation is sapped, bro. I'm so...
Zach, get it together. Get it together. You're a grown-ass man.
I am.
Playing a game. Don't be a fucking wuss. Get it together. Come on now.
Dude.
Come on.
Whatever.
Come on.
Man, listen.
You also just like
You just had
flexed
an
the
amazing
hardest of
scene.
anybody.
Yeah.
You did.
In the
I
whole
know, and
game.
now I don't want to, I don't want to keep dungeon crawling.
So,
and
let me put this out for you, okay? I think this is perfect because it sets the tone. Like, this was an unnecessary encounter and this happened. We are at the end. Like, that's the level of, like, fucktitude that we are at currently.
The level of dickatry.
Yeah. So, this is just par for the course.
Here's the thing, Zach.
No, I know, dude.
So like,
I'm gonna be
it's too
fine.
late.
I just need to bitch like
just
a
gotta get it
little
out.
bit,
Yeah.
and then
I
I'll
hear
be
you.
fine, man.
I hear you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to respond to said
Yeah.
bitching in the way that I do.
Golly,
It's all
dude.
good. No, I'm not shutting it down. I'm saying I'm rallying. I'm helping you rally back.
That's a lot of. You're a grown ass man. Don't be a wuss. Yeah, clearly I'm gonna continue playing the fucking game.
All right.
Okay.
I'm so glad to hear
I
that.
just
dude.
need to just talk about how shitty it is for a second.
I
Damn.
have to get the venom out or it poisons me.
Exactly, man.
I'm here to suck it out of you. You know what I mean?
Well, that clip's getting saved.
All right. So you guys go
What's
back
in the
up.
next room?
Yeah. All right.
Dude,
You're
you're
all back
worse,
out in the hall.
Saruman.
All right. There's another double. So you get back out in the hall, and it makes this weird, like, little bend to the west. but there is still a northern wall, and there's another double door set right directly to the north, and then it kind of wraps around this other little corner, and if you kind of just peek around there, you see 3 other doors.
Oh, Lord. Does anybody have any kind of like X-ray vision or like a snake cam?
He's gonna. That don't work.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
But I don't like that it doesn't work, Adam.
Have we?
Can we just peek doors instead of just like slamming them wide open? Be like, nope.
That you can definitely do.
I mean, have
ever
Kuiper
tried
do
to
a
stealthily open a door
check?
for like a long time, but.
That is a thing that you can do in these games.
Yes, it is, because you guys had like a whole thing that you did during the black site.
We've abandoned that, okay?
Yeah, you abandoned that a long time ago.
Do I need to roll to check for traps on the door?
Yes.
The double doors?
No.
Did we? I thought we already did that a couple episodes ago.
You did.
We covered that for the whole hallway.
This whole hallway
The doors are not trapped. We cannot guarantee there won't be some eyeball-melting fuck sticks on the other side.
No.
You're learning, and I appreciate that about you.
I'm not going to stand in front of the door anymore.
Kuiper, you are sneaky boy. What if you stealth check that door? Like, open that bitch on the creep.
What if we just, hide around the corner here?
Yeah. Yoink.
Just let Kuiper go in.
Easy.
Go in. How about peek the door?
Peeking. Oh, he peeking.
Yeah. I'm gonna go do this one, this side, and let me roll that stealth first.
Let me move back a little.
Use an inspiration. Use an inspiration on the stealth roll, dude.
Really? My stealth roll is amazing.
It's the best thing he's got.
Yeah, it's high.
I want it to to be overwhelming. I want. We're bringing the thunder on this one.
Yeah. All right, let me see how many I got. Yeah, I got 4 inspirations. I can use one. There we go. And stone, where are you? There you are.
I'm using inspiration on any important.
So that's
roll
a 52.
Here on
52.
52?
Yes.
You peek in and you see a long room, and it is filled with banks of computer equipment. You see several concave domes, like small satellite dishes, dangling from cables a few inches below the ceiling. A gentle whirring noise and blinking lights indicate that this array of computer equipment is operational. You do not see any creatures or signs of movement.
All right, so he conveys telepathically, it looks like we've reached an ops room.
We were looking for computers, right?
Yeah, we need to find the codes.
Keys,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so-
we need to clear it.
Let's get up in this bitch.
Weapons out. We
Weapons out, ass up. That's the way we like to engage in combat.
to clear our room.
Yeah.
All right, so we go in. Let's cover our corners.
Yeah. Slice the pie, as it were.
Slice the pie. Exactly, dude. Exactly, man.
Taste the biscuit.
Nope.
Taste the goodness.
Nope.
I really just like the delivery there. Taste the biscuit. As we step in, does anything move or kind of type thing?
Yeah, do we have turrets coming down from the ceilings and shooting everybody's eyeballs out?
How can we get fucked this time?
Yeah. Because if that doesn't happen, then Fell. Get on them.
So wait, I'm sorry, you're looking at what now?
We just walked in the room. Just want to make sure that we're not getting fired or pounced.
Okay.
Yeah, or there's any turrets popping out or droids showing up.
Yeah, any eye-sucking vacuum tubes around.
No, none of that happened.
Okay,
sweet.
All
All right, Fell.
Score!
We will assist as much as we can, but I think this is your area of expertise.
And Fell will remotely access one of the computers and see what's going on.
Okay.
Since you're
all right.
remote, we can't aid on that, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I will say that your remote, you can immediately tell it's a tier 8 computer, and there's not a whole lot of security on the front end of the UI. I mean, this is kind of this is a computer area that was designed to be used by people, people to operate this core, right? Like you're deeply infiltrated.
Yeah.
The security measures are long before you get here, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so you can like kind of dig through most of the directory and what's on these computers. And so, you can, you see that a bulk of the servers here are designated as storage with thousands of years of backups for research and engineering work. But it looks like none of it has been completed due to Ark Prime's premature launch. Obviously, this information is all in Civian, so if you don't speak Civian, you can just kind of relay it. You can, somebody can be over your shoulder translating. The most interesting and pertinent information in this computer bank relates to the AI that operates the Ark Prime, which is, of course, none other than Viransh. It lets you guys, as characters, know that Viransh did, in fact, upload his consciousness just before the Ark Prime was launched in the midst of a rebellion by the Bantrids. It also holds trillions, that's right, I said trillions, of Viransh's contingencies and permutations regarding restoring the Civ Dominion and bringing the Civ from the brink of extinction and back to galactic dominance. Viransh has trillions of plans for the Civ.
Okay. Can you
There's more.
Oh, God.
The current agenda of recovering the World Seed and draining an immensely powerful artifact is only one of these countless agendas. So it goes beyond just the Pact Worlds. You see plans for the Aslantes Star Empire. You see plans for the Veskarium, dude. You see plans for, all of known space and beyond to you. There are Civ conquest plans. There's also some information here about the AI's programming. It was designed to run autonomously, so Viransh's desperate transmittal of their consciousness across the quantum network wasn't part of the original programming. So, you confirm that the AI can be purged of Viransh with a reboot code. When you get to that, there is a block, a firewall at this point. So you would need to roll a computer's check at this point to dig any further. But that's all the stuff that you get just on the surface level.
Can you do Control F and then look for green star and purple star?
You're doing great. I just want to tell you, you are doing great.
Good job, Grandma.
So it's been a minute since I've done any type of like firewall hacky type stuff. And
It's just a computer's check.
oh, I know, but I was checking to see if there were any benefits or bonuses that I had because I used to have.
There's inspirations.
Oh, sure. But I used to have a thing, and I think I got rid of it when I retuned or remade Fell. That would allow me to.
I think you got rid of that.
Yeah,
actually,
I'm
when
pretty
you
sure I did. I was just
so.
double checking my special abilities to see. All right, so I guess I'll just I'll do it with a.
Now, this everybody can aid, and remember, if you have one rank in a skill, you auto aid.
Bam.
And I am going to use the inspiration.
Yep.
Turn it off. Turn it back
There
on
you
again,
go.
Phil.
Yeah, throwing autos out.
Just
I
try
don't even have
blow-
a single rank. So I
Bummer.
cannot-
Try
I mean,
blowing on it.
Not what he's about.
So that's 3 aids and a inspiration added to this roll.
So
And
that'd
an
be plus.
abstain. I thought you were going to say
plus
an
eight.
One
abstain.
abstain.
So that's plus 8 across everybody. Then the inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's a
including the
plus
inspiration,
42 on a 19 on the die.
Oh,
So 61, I think.
61. Okay, I will tell you that the DC here was 50.
Oh,
That's high.
To discover that the code that you got was a false reboot code. So you open this thing up, and what first comes up is a reboot code. And you're like, oh, this is great. I got it. But you see, because of how high you rolled there, that's fake, and also that it's about to trigger a trap in this room. But because you rolled so high, you're able to quickly disable that. But you see that there's a fake shell, so I need another computer's check.
All right, I'm going to use another inspiration, because why not?
Big 8 on that.
Yeah.
Right in his ear. You're doing great.
All right, so that was a 16 on the die plus...
We're all like standing. Like, we can't be over Fell's shoulders, so we're like
42.
around his arms or whatever.
Yeah.
Just like
I'm not. I wouldn't even know what I was looking at.
I'm just patting
So
lightly.
it'd be 58.
58. All right. So this check was actually a 45.
Okay.
So you bypass the fake shell, and you actually have acquired the real reboot code.
Oh.
So you have that now. You also determine that, okay, so what this trap was is these satellite dishes that are hanging from the ceiling would have initiated a mind swapping trap. That's right.
What?
A mind swapping trap.
Dude.
That would have done 16 D12 plus 45 mental damage and swapped y'all's brains all around.
The
Which I,
off.
for one, am so glad we don't have to fuck
Yeah.
with. Because that's a nightmare for your character sheets. Because
Oh,
you
yeah.
keep your physical stats.
It's like a parent
but you
trap
change-
situation.
Dude, it's
God.
fucking
Freaky Friday.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Freaky Friday, that's one.
There you go. Yeah.
However,
That
the
would
good
be
news
one
is
that I would just like not even do because like I didn't want to fuck with.
As a GM.
I think that's like really rude to do to a GM.
yeah.
There you
Paizo
go.
Level
At
20.
At level 20. What in the hell were
Yeah,
y'all
we're
thinking
gonna give
with
you
that
the
one, man?
hardest and most complicated sheets we have available, and then make you
In the middle of the
switch them
dungeon.
between all your characters. Who like remote play, it's
Insanity.
almost impossible. You know,
Writer's
That's like,
just like,
an instant
fucking
we'll
deal.
see you moment. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll see you in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
to figure out how to
It's
do
that
it.
long to
right.
sort this shit out.
Yeah.
Gotta start the computations now. Shit.
You do, however, see
We were just
that
thinking about it for a second.
you see that you can actually recode these things to make this a benefit. And I'm doing my best to flavor this, but this is specifically only for envoys and operatives at level 20.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm not a level 20
Yeah,
operative.
so you're
I'm not a
right,
level 20
so-
operative.
Go on.
So
What's the cap get?
the cap gets a improvement on her true expertise class feature.
Oh, neat.
So you will roll D12s instead of a D8 for your true expertise. And you actually add 2 D12s worth of bonus to your true expertise skill.
Okay. The
Normally you would do 1 D8 plus 4.
Instead, you do 2d12.
Yes.
Can I ask what mine would be when we get a moment?
Yeah. Yours, the operative with the Supreme Operative class feature, may, when attempting a skill check with their specializations associated skills, choose to roll only once rather than twice. If so, the result of the die roll is treated as a 10 if the operative's die roll is lower than a 10.
Okay,
So, like,
so
a
kind of a
minimum
take 10
10.
situation with that.
It's a minimum 10. It's not take
An
10.
insurance, yeah.
so I get to do a D what now?
You get to
12?
roll 2 D12 for your true expertise class feature. 2 D12.
And I still get my +4?
No. You don't get the plus 4.
Oh, okay. So
Instead
it's
of
just
1d8 plus 4, it is 2d12. So you have a lower like floor, but a potentially much higher ceiling.
Yeah.
You can choose to either roll a D12 plus 4 or roll 2 D12. You do have that option.
Oh.
So, because it says an envoy with the true expertise class feature rolls 1 D12 instead of 1 D8 for their expertise die, and can add 2 D12 rather than 1 D12 plus 4 to the result of these skill checks. So you can gamble and try to roll 2 D12, or you can roll 1 D12 plus 4.
And get a guaranteed
Interesting.
5 or whatever out of it.
Okay. Well, shit.
That's pretty fucking
That's-
good, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
I don't
Yeah.
know what all you can use those dice on.
So that's the thing that I was very confused about that I had to, because true expertise is the thing that I got at level 20, but it affects my expertise die. So that was my confusion, because I was like, the thing that I'm using true expertise for is the improved get 'em, which has no roll.
Right. So basically what it's saying is in order to get this feature, you have to have true expertise.
Yeah.
So, like, in other words, a level 20 envoy can do this.
Yes.
If you were not a level, it's the same thing with John's. Like, because he's not a level 20 operative, he doesn't get to do it.
Gotcha.
Right.
All right. That's cool as shit.
I don't think you missed out on. I think missing out on the expertise die would be.
It's bigger. Yeah.
It's bigger. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So for now, you do have the reboot code.
Oh, the official legit one. Okay.
Don't we need like 4 of them?
No, we need keys.
You need the keys in order to get.
Yeah, this is
the place where you put the code in.
So Fel is going to relay that to the crew. Say, guys, they tried to trip me up, but and with a huge like shit-eating grin, I got the real reboot codes. We can kill this fucker.
Very good, Fel.
You beautiful son of a bitch.
Very, very good.
You tall ass motherfucking hero.
Shaleno, can we find out? I think next step is the keys. Yes. Can any of these computers tell us where exactly those might be?
I can look, and Fel looks.
No, they can't.
No, they ain't shit.
They look like shitty computers. Okay, all right.
Shitty computers that held the reboot code, though.
All right, outward and onward.
This giant thing flying for 1,000,000 years too.
That's true.
Windows 95, you can't beat it.
Can't beat it.
Yeah. Everything's made out of that
they used to.
Everything's made out of that old bleached out plastic, from like your Super NES and shit,
Yes.
Yeah, so let's keep pushing forward.
Yeah, let's do that.
Pushing real good.
What
you guys,
fresh hell awaits us in the next room?
Yeah. A quarter of this map has already been explored.
Woo!
I just locked myself in the room. Didn't I?
Oh,
Good
you
job,
sweet dummy.
Okay, so there's 2 doors here. There's one to the north and one to the west.
I say
Pick your poison.
I say north.
The one to the north, the one to the north has similar imagery from that you remember from the civilizations from the medical area. So you assume this to be some sort of medical room.
I think Orin and I both speak Civ. I know I do.
I speak
Right,
Civ.
but like they're icons rather than words.
I was
so
like,
you can infer it, right? But like,
roll the stealth on that door.
all right, so you can peek it open.
a little piggy poo.
Yeah, and I
All
peek.
right.
I peek.
You peek.
Yeah.
Well, you see a cramped clinic, and it contains an unusually shaped capsule with a rounded lid. Racks of medical supplies line the walls. Directly across from the room's only entrance is a cabinet about 3 feet square sitting atop a shelf. The cabinet's front hatch is missing, and it's partially filled with a terrible smelling greenish paste that spilled out its hatch and stained the counter beneath it with a nacreous green trail of slime. You also see a Aclith. Well, I'll just show you.
An Aclith?
just an Aclith, just in there.
So a fully armored Aclith with a giant ornate staff, beautiful big tusk, and big snout, and she's crouching behind the medic capsule. And you see that she's got like some ice shards forming in her hand. Her fur is blue at the center and then fades out to snowy white. Now, does everybody remember who the Acliths are?
They were a slave race that
Well, in the simulations, the Civ conquered them.
Yeah.
Yes, it destroyed them.
Yeah.
Exactly. They were
Completely wiped them
extinct,
out.
right?
Yeah, right. And do you also remember in the museum seeing a case that had been broken in a sign of struggle and blood leading to the
Nice.
Stole that armor back.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Can we...
She doesn't see us, right,
Has she
'cause it's
seen
stealth.
the door open?
She saw the door open, but she didn't see Kuiper because he was pretty stealthy. But I mean,
But
a door
Kuiper
opens.
saw her.
Yeah, he got a glimpse.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we
conveying
know
everything
then.
telepathy. Yeah. Through telepathy. Definitely.
We got a glimpse.
Yeah.
They're like the a centaur pig version of the Balchinians from Men in Black.
Yeah, straight up.
I mean, we have no reason to engage this person hostily. You know what I mean?
I'm checking my languages right now.
Clearly,
You're not going to have this language.
Yeah.
this individual, she has been in stasis of some Sivian prison as a trophy for the last million years plus. You know what I mean? That's what's going on with this individual right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure she is confused, disoriented, angry. You know, like if we're going to approach her, we need to do so with empathy and
Yes.
So I'm going to cast comprehend languages, or use my adornment to
goodness.
do comprehend languages to pick
I
up.
really didn't want to have to speak to her. I mean, we shouldn't have had to speak to her in
Yeah.
Sivian. You know what I mean?
I want you to take an inspiration.
okay.
And I want Emily to take an inspiration. Zach for properly sussing out the situation, and Emily for using your gear appropriately.
That shit's been with me for a long
That's
time too.
awesome.
The yellow carker barn.
Yeah, let's start with you, Zach.
Okay,
Roll D6.
D6. Coming at you.
I'm gonna be giving these out, so y'all just use them up, man. All right, here we go. Roll me another a D8.
D8. 6.
6. All right, this is from Porter Paladin.
What's up? My boy.
Hey, Zach.
Hey.
I hope this inspo finds you and the gang just hanging out, and there's no big dramatic stuff happening.
Nah,
where you'd
man,
actually need
nothing
to
big
pull.
this time.
This is a snoozer.
Big
where
chillin'.
you'd
Huh?
Oh yeah, I'll keep going.
I'm talking to Porter. It's asynchronous communication happening.
Yeah, but they want to hear their messages,
I
not you.
understand. Fair enough.
I hope this inspo finds you and the gang just hanging out, and there's no big dramatic stuff happening where you'd actually need this to pull someone's ass out of the fire. Just in case things are going off the rails, though, I want you to remember one thing. Oren has never, ever been wrong about anything in this entire campaign, and everyone knows it. Stay the course, my guy. You are their North Star.
I appreciate it, man. That was very wholesome. Thank
Porter,
you.
you fucked up so hard.
There's nothing worse than an asshole who's right, you know? God damn it.
You know what's
I don't
worse?
think he's
Is
right.
telling an asshole that he's right. He was wrong about the doctor, damn
I
it.
was wrong about the doctor.
I mean, that's what it sounds
My
like.
great
He's
shame,
definitely
dude.
not been
shame.
right about everything.
To be fair, he said Oren. He did not say Zach.
Oren was an ass to the doctor.
Fair enough.
Most certainly.
Porter. I tried.
I've got years of hindsight on this one, and I can definitively say I was way fucking wrong about that one. Yeah.
Emily, roll a d6.
All right, that's a 4, Adam.
All right, it's going to be a general. So I'll take a d12 from you.
A D12. That's a D10.
This is all for you, listeners. We're trying to get as many
Yes.
of them out there as we can. You
Yeah.
know?
12, my liege.
12. All right, this is from just J-Rod.
J-Rod.
My boy.
I think Heath might have pooped a little bit right there.
It's none of your business.
My pants.
Come on, man.
Josh just sneaks him in there once in a while.
Between me and J-Rod.
We gotta go home, man. Where's my pants, bro?
What? You grown ass man. Can't turn around now.
I need you to just suck it up and finish this.
Oh, God. Okay.
All right.
12.
12 from J-Rod. Have you ever been outside and looked up at the sky on a beautiful, sunny, breezy day and just been struck by the beauty of the... It got cut off. One moment.
Really immersed
Beauty
me.
of the-
You're too beautiful.
It's too beautiful. I can't finish.
Can't even.
Have you ever been struck by the beauty of the natural world, awed by the harmony of nature? Well, you are that scene.
Damn.
You have inspired us. Even Adam has felt it. This email, however, is the slightly damp leaf that blows smack dab into your face and sticks there, ruining that moment.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
My soul swelled. Swole?
Well,
You got that swole soul.
Swole.
that swole soul.
Does your soul even lift? Like,
Oh, shit. We done got
get them soul
silly.
gains.
Got a little bird leg soul.
It's the birdhouse in my soul.
Nice.
Brought it back to like
Nice.
last episode.
Circle.
Yeah.
Well done.
All
They
on
might
purpose.
be giants.
Infused. Successfully infused.
Is that that's
Calculated. We were
saying.
setting this
Yeah.
whole thing up from the jump.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
didn't even know. You didn't
So
even
that
know.
was the
Perfectly
that was why
executed.
Adam kept coming back to they might be giants.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel
For
it.
this moment.
No, it's gonna
Payoff.
happen. It's coming.
You got it, brother. You got it. Well done.
Congratulations.
Thanks, y'all.
Immigration.
Wrap it up. Roll credits.
Roll credits. We beat.
Now that's an unsatisfying ending. I don't even get the joke.
They just stopped the whole podcast on a "they might be giants" bit. I think. I don't know. Maybe they had a stroke.
I think, we,
no
I think we would be
punchline.
the only podcast that did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be unique.
Uniqueness isn't inherently
You know,
good.
sometimes.
Congratulations for
listen,
being unique.
if Game of Thrones has taught me anything, is that sometimes subverting expectations
Not what you
doesn't
want.
make it better. You know what I mean?
Don't.
Sometimes the expectation.
Especially when the subversion is so deeply tied with just wanting to be done.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Which is
Not.
exactly what this would be.
It would.
Please don't season 8.
We're not. We're not
Yeah,
gonna do
we're
it.
not.
Don't you
I
don't you
think
do that to me again.
What I need you to do is deal with this Akleth.
Oh yeah. Okay. So with the
Have fun.
Athlakian language now learned, Ziva would call out from kind of tucked around the corner of the door. Warrior, we were prisoners as well. We are here to take down the Civ. Please, let us speak. Do not attack. My name is Ziva. And when she'd like poke her empty hand around the door to kind of wave at the Akleth.
She pokes
Heath, I
her
think we
leg
need-
around and goes, "You."
I think we need an old school drop for this.
Oh!
Okay. I mean, how long's your introduction gonna be?
I mean, it can be.
Well, then I suppose it may or may not be time for a long introduction. It's a long introduction from Ziva.
Oh, yay! But yeah, she would poke out her hand.
Now, you have to do a long introduction now.
Do I get a
Let her
grunt?
cook,
Do I
man.
get a grunt or a vocal something?
Yeah. You get a response, of course.
She would kind of poke her head around and say, "Yes, hi."
Tell me more of your titles.
Her eyes light up. Oh my goodness, gladly. No, hello, I am Nariko Zivarajni, Madam of the Pools of Paradise, Captain of the Epoch Trestle, and the council person for the Pact Worlds Absalom Station. You are probably not familiar with any of this. What is your name?
My name is Kothlo. Kothlo. Kothlo.
Kothlo.
Yes.
Wonderful.
I have not heard of the Pact Worlds.
I can imagine that you have been asleep for quite some time. How long have you been up and about? I have my party here with me. They are all on the same side with me. Can we please enter? We speak to you face to face.
Aye. Come in.
But yeah, she would kind of usher and step into the room so that we can have like an actual conversation. And kind of like hand wave everybody to follow her.
Okay, you can do that.
Kothlo, do you know how long that you have been awake? How long you have been up and moving about the ship?
Maybe a cloth week.
Okay.
It's hard to tell in this ship.
Understand.
It pains me, but makes me feel sane that you confirm that I have been in a deep sleep. I had just as much help. But it's good to hear it to be true.
Let me see here. And this whole time, as she's hearing it, she's mentally relaying it, of course, to the party.
Well, they can hear it all.
I couldn't remember if it was just on me or if it was on...
Oh, I'm sorry. They cast comprehend languages too.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay. Kotho does has that ability.
Do you know what has happened? Or you have just been roaming around the ship, avoiding the sieve and the coffers?
When I woke up, I had nothing but anger and a need to destroy the enemies that destroyed my people. But I got lost and confused. This portion of the ship is dangerous. And this ship is far greater and bigger than I could have ever imagined. I made my way here after fighting some Civ to try to tend to the wounds. You are the first non-Civ faces I have seen in what must now be millions of years.
Yes. It has been some time. But, unfortunately, that time that we do have is very limited now. We are currently on our way to shut down the AI presence that is affected and infected this ship, and is currently... It is a path of destruction that the ship is about to wreak upon the universe. It is unimaginable, and we are trying to stop that.
It is very imaginable. My entire planet, my entire species was destroyed by these foul creatures.
You are correct.
For what? For what? Some weapons? A snowy planet that they just destroyed anyway. The dangers of this ship. You speak of the Pact Worlds. They will destroy.
No. And Ziva, she didn't mean to, trigger her that badly, because not trying to undermine the fact that her entire people were lost. Mm-hmm. But she like stands up a little bit straighter and she looks. I'm sorry, Cathalo? Is that Cathalo?
Yeah, Cathlo. Kalthlo.
Cathalo. She looks her in the face and she says, "No. We." And she gestures to the crew, and then she gestures towards her. "We will not let that happen. The atrocities end here. With your help, we can stop this. We must."
Yes. It would be my great honor. In the last act of the last remaining Acolyth, to assist you in destroying the center of the ship. I will fight alongside you.
Out of character, we haven't come across any other sleeping creatures. I mean, the ship is massive.
Just a bunch of Civ.
Yeah, but our job isn't to blow up the ship necessarily. It's to stop the AI, correct? Is that...
Maybe.
Because...
I mean, the problem... So, right now, you want to stop the AI to try to get access to the quantum ray.
Yeah.
To see if you can stop the quantum ray. You don't know, at this point, what it will take to stop the quantum ray.
Fair enough.
But right now, what you know is that you're not even getting close to it until you defeat Virash.
The reason I ask is, should I even bring up that there might be more Akleth in stasis?
There, you can try to, you can say that if you want.
I mean, just to kind of pat, we don't know the ship is massive, but you were in the stasis, we were in a stasis. Our friend Val, he was completely separate when we arrived on the ship. He was in stasis. There may be other Akleth. Do not lose hope completely.
Ziva, you are new friend to me, and I appreciate your hope. But I can guarantee you, there are no more. I was of the last squad that worked our way onto an enemy Civ ship. We watched our planet destroyed from a prison on a ship. And now I am here.
Then
I can help you save your people. They are not lost. But this ship is dangerous, and its existence is a threat upon all non-Civ.
agreed. Well then, let us. Are your wounds better? Do you need attendance?
I am mostly tended to. Yes, I have a few surface scratches. Perhaps if you have medicine to spare, I would take it, but I am not by any means badly wounded and incapable of combat.
I mean, I've got...
Basically, she's got 300 of 375 hit points.
I mean, can we just do like some medicine?
Yeah, I think treat wounds takes 10 minutes, right?
Give her some potions.
I was just gonna say, I've got a serum of healing Mark III.
Oh, it takes 1 minute.
Yeah,
Just
no,
takes
it's
1
1
minute.
minute. That's
all
right.
right.
It's 1 minute.
I mean,
Let's do that then.
I could just heal her.
I mean, that's a spell slot though, so like
Yeah,
if you
I mean,
we can
trying to
do
spare
treat
you.
medicine, yeah.
Right, right.
Okay, I mean, that's...
Hey, I'm
we
about-
could be using those heals. All right.
All right, I would suggest the person with the highest intelligence modifier, which I would believe would be Kuiper.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
Yeah, to roll this check. Because if you basically shooting for a 15, because you have advanced med.
Actually, I think Josh has a higher intelligence score than I do. Or, I'm sorry, Pelino has a higher intelligence score, right?
What'd you say yours was?
Mine is a +6.
I've got
Is this
the same.
intelligence or medicine?
Medicine is an intelligence skill.
Oh,
medicine,
okay.
I've got
Sorry.
a plus 29.
Oh, okay, I got plus 34 to medicine. Okay.
There you go.
All right. Yeah.
Boom.
Okay.
All right, so
All right.
you don't even have to roll then.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I mean,
You do it.
because the DC is 15, and if you exceed it by 5 or more, you can add your intelligence modifier.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I just win outright.
So you're going
Just
to
win.
add
Yeah.
1 hit point per level or CR of the creature you're treating, plus your intelligence score. So they are an 18th level character, CR character, and then you said your intelligence is what, 9?
Plus 6.
Plus 6, so that's 25. That gets her 325 out of 375.
That's good enough.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good gracious. Okay.
I'm just imagining Kuiper like approaching to do that a little nervously, you know.
Well, yeah. So just to keep it very short, but yeah, he would approach a little nervously, actually, but kind of familiar because he has, but from a Civian mindset and just almost feeling guilty about it.
We just keep that to ourselves.
Right, of course, keep that to ourselves. So,
For what it's worth, she has not seen anybody that looks like any of you.
Yeah.
Right.
She's not seen humans before. She hasn't seen Patra. She hasn't seen Kasatha. Certainly not.
Right. I just imagine it would be
so-
such a like hesitant moment of
Yeah.
and kind
Yeah.
of tender, you know.
right,
Yeah.
right, absolutely. Because otherwise,
I will tell you that just to kind of give you the loot dump here that you also find. You find a spell gem of regenerate, 2 spell gems of greater remove condition, 3 spell gems of remove radioactivity, and 4 of the life fluid hypopens.
Nice.
She also presents to you one of the keys.
Oh,
Oh,
Nice.
yay!
Can you copy paste that into?
I am.
You're
Yep.
you're such good people. I already have one life fluid hypopen, so if the rest of the party wants to take those, so that they're,
Okay.
I can't remember if anybody else got one or if it was just the one that we had.
I have one as well.
Okay.
So that's 1 transposition key that you now have. All right. Let's push just a little bit further. She's like,
Now that we have confirmed our alliance, let us destroy these civs.
Here. And Valtressus gives what's a sacred symbol to his people, taking all 4 arms and crossing them, and just says to her, "For what it's worth, we appreciate you, Trust."
We're glad to have you with us. Let's find the rest of those keys and get on with it, yeah?
Yes, I.
And we make our way to the west door. Kuiper!
coming.
Yes, dear.
All right, let me smash this stealth.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to take any more time, but that trap that we thank God, didn't end up having the mind swap. It would be a blast to as a fun
Like side quest kind of.
like side quest after the adventure to do a one shot, but we have to play each other's characters and
Yes.
voice act them.
Oh my god.
That would be pretty fun.
That would be
Great.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay. Getting that stealth roll.
At 46.
All right, great. Go ahead and take a peek in there.
I peek.
So, yeah, it opens up into kind of like a large room that's it's almost like a lobby or a foyer, right? Like it's like an extension of a hallway, and you're on the side that blossoms into a full room. You see, first of all, you don't see any creatures in here. You don't see any creatures in here, so you guys can start to file in, if you'd like to get a better scope, because this is kind of a big room. And I'll say that on the wall here to the south, you see a massive double door made of shiny metal that takes up the wall of the chamber. Its veins of force illuminate a symbol resembling an arch over an empty circle. Several nearby computers display a dizzying array of scrolling calculations in shades of blue, along with several images of the door itself. A wide panel beneath the computer has 4 slots, each with its indicator next to it glowing orange. It looks to you that this big double door, it's got like a blue force field over it, and you can only assume that this is the entry to the AI core. Mm-hmm. But obviously it's locked with this force field, and you don't have the means just yet to deal with it, right?
Was there, back when we were in the room with the talking dice, there was another option, another door that we could have taken, right? Are we going to have to backtrack to go get the rest of the keys?
Well, I mean, you see that there's a door that goes into a room here to the west, and then there's a long hallway that reaches down to the west too, that looks like it wraps around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do y'all want to do hallway first, or this?
I mean, I'm inclined to think hallway first.
Yeah, so let's go creeping down this hall. So there's another door on this hall that I...
Yeah, it looks like there's 2 doors that might go into the same room. One in the central area that you're at, and then one around the hall. If you make your way down the hall all the way to the west, which Ziva is doing, far away from her party.
I thought everybody was behind me.
No, you just ran off.
It angles over to the south, and you see that the hallway just continues and wraps around. So you're bypassing a lot of rooms here.
So let's maybe...
Get the lay of the land.
Yeah. Do we want to go all the way down and around this hall just to see it?
I mean, yeah, we could just see what is the configuration before we pick what door to go in.
Do we need to be Oh, there's so many damn doors.
Yeah, it's a long hall. Yeah. You pass a pair of double doors, and then you look down. The hall curves down to the south, and you see a door at the end of the hall, and then another door on the eastern side further down the hall.
Okay, so most of these doors appear to go into some large chamber.
Maybe.
That's
yeah, maybe not though.
There could be walls.
I'm inclined to go back and start at that
from the beginning.
Yeah, I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think.
That's fine. You're the captain.
Yeah, but I'm your friend right now.
But I'm a friend. I mean, I think in terms of organization, it's easier to go in order.
Yeah.
Kind of channeled a Bobcat Goldthwait there for
a little bit.
I'm saving that for a very special character.
Oh no. Okay. Kuiper, let's take this one door at a time. Let's start with this one.
All right. Door to the west.
Do it.
Okay. All right.
Kuiper.
Okay.
Check the little cat, man. I've got you back.
Oh.
Everything looks fine.
Oh no.
With a natural one. With a natural fucking 1. And he's like so cocky right now at this point. He's just like clickety clack of the die.
Clickety clack.
So yeah, you do that, and you're trying to stealth it in, and you're like, I got this, and you kind of stumble into the door, like just kind of trip over your own toe a little bit.
Headbutt the door.
Yeah. And you spill in. And I'll stop you right there, but everybody can move in behind him.
Oh, sorry, I shut the door on accident. You handle this. Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you what you see here. The room opens up into what looks like a storage area. Shelves line the room, and many are fitted with small doors with no handles. The light in this room has a dull orange cast and pulses slowly. 2 doors exit the room. The one you're going through, and then the other one around the hall.
To the north.
Several deep gouges mar the wall at the back of the narrow alcove, and you feel like this could only have been caused by this crazy-ass creature that you see in front of you. It is a winged, horse-like thing with what looks like a plant.
That's a boar with wings.
Go ahead. Tell me what you see.
You said horse, and my brain went, no, it's not.
You want to roll that back, man?
No, go ahead. What do you guys see?
I mean, it's like a stone boar with like crystalline wings and the like mohawk tuft, and then just a gem where its eyeballs would be. It's like a...
Looks like an energy orb, not a gem.
Yeah, some kind of energy orb.
A battery or a weapon,
Yeah.
Something.
But it's like half the size of a basketball.
So Cathlo squeezes in behind you, just like barrels in, and she says,
Snort.
I use my defensive roll.
and she says,
My planet! Lath!
and we'll see you.
Oh, wait, what?
The pig is a planet?
How? You got a weird planet, kid.
You know
I
what?
gotta
This is
tell you.
Starfinder. I'd stop questioning
that's
things.
fine.
When
We're
I
getting
see
into
my
like
eyes
Frank
melted,
Zappa album
I'd stop
and
questioning
shit.
things.
I think that the Civ tried to rail state the planet.